Hello, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. As we are in warm-ups right now, both teams just kind of getting out. Crowd already half full as we are still 35 minutes away from the opening tip. I came on a little early just to make sure we could get on. And last game that we did on Wednesday with half the crowd here, that's here right now, we had trouble getting on with the Wi-Fi scenario, getting these big gyms with a lot of people and everyone on their phones, and sometimes things work and sometimes things don't. But looks like things are working right now. I'm going to play the MHS AA message right now because we have going to have some talk at halftime more than just playing the MHS AA message. Plus, I wanted to make sure we can do some audio checks and make sure we're on air okay. But this is a 5-minute message, and we will be on air with a lot of information for you on the pregame show. So we will be starting right after the MHS AA message, a 5-minute message.
We've got records galore in Motown, but not those kind of records, and some competitive cheer championships with razor-thin margins. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. The individual wrestling finals were held at Ford Field in Detroit over the weekend, and the wrestling record book continues to add to its illustrious list of four-time winners. Dundee's Braden Davis, Detroit Catholic Central's Dylan Gilcher, and Davis and teammates Josh Barr and Caden Horwath each won for the fourth straight year. The list of four-time champs now stands at 35. Barr and Horwath, the Davis and teammates, became the first set of teammates to accomplish the feat in the same year. And Dundee's Davis was also a part of 4 wrestling team titles. He's just the 5th wrestler in MHSAA history to win 4 team and 4 individual titles. 3 of the 5 who've accomplished this have wrestled at Dundee. In the girls division, Clio's Chloe Williams pinned her way to a title. She finished the season 32-0, winning all 4 of her matches at Ford Field by pin, to go along with pins in every other match she wrestled in this season. Of her wins at Ford Field over the weekend, none took more than a minute. 70 wrestlers captured individual championships in their respective weight class and division. To read about all of the action from individual wrestling finals, please check out MHSAA.com. Game balls this week go to Heartland gymnast Delaney Gomolka. She was second on bars and balance beam and helping lead Heartland to its 2nd regional gymnastics championship in the last 4 years. And to Saline senior Eli Gray, he was the top diver at the Division I swimming and diving regionals at Novi, posting a score of 375.15.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
There may be nothing more exciting than overtime hockey in the MHSA playoffs. So what happens in the MHSA ice hockey tournament when a winner cannot be determined after 3 periods? If a game is tied at the end of regulation, sudden victory overtime is played for a maximum of 4 8-minute overtime periods. If someone scores a goal in one of those periods, they win. Game over. But if it's still tied after 4 overtime periods, then a 5th overtime period and any additional overtime periods are played 4 and 4 until a winner is determined. Let's say a team starts the 5th OT with 2 players in the penalty box. Then that period will start 5 on 3 until the penalties expire. Then at the first stoppage, teams revert to 4 on 4.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, go to the MHSAA website now to register. Continuing with our theme of four-time champions, the Hudson competitive cheer squad made it 4 straight Division IV titles as they easily outpaced the competition at McGurk Arena in Mount Pleasant. Michigan Center was second in D4. In Division I, Rochester edged Rochester Adams by less than a single point to capture its first competitive cheer title since 2017. The final scores after 3 rounds stood at 790.62 for Rochester, 789.72 for Adams. In D2, Gibraltar Carlson won its 12th competitive cheer championship and first since 2019. Allen Park was second. Either Carlson or Allen Park has won the title every year since 2007. And in Division III, Croswell Lexington won its first ever competitive cheer title. The Pioneers had never finished better than 4th until this championship run. Notre Dame Prep was second, Richmond third. It's the first time since 2011 that someone other than those two won the crown in D3. For more on all 4 competitive cheer finals, check out MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
Good evening, high school basketball fans. It's March Madness District Final time, and welcome to tonight's broadcast. Today's District 9 Finals matchup between the 7th rated in the state and OK White back-to-back champs, the Northview Wildcats, and the 17-7 Rams of Rockford. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Debo, and I welcome you to the pregame show. Glad you could join us today. Wildcats of Northview trying to win back-to-back league titles and district titles for the first time in school history. Cats have already won back-to-back league championships as Coach Chan on the Wildcats look for back-to-back district titles as well. And that will be only for the 4th time in school history just to have back-to-back district titles. I'd like to bring in my guest analyst tonight, former player of mine at Northview, Kyle Zimdar. Kyle, March Madness is upon us, my favorite time of the year. It's win or go home. That sudden ending or moving on is what makes the tournament so special. You've been in a few of these types of games. A lot of fun and excitement for the players and the whole community.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Like you said, postseason basketball, win or go home is one of the best times of the year. You know, whether it's college, whether it's high school, when it's on the line, when you're done, if you lose, is exciting stuff, and it should be a good one. They've already got the bleachers and the balcony pulled out, and expecting a big crowd, I'm sure, and it's going to be exciting. 2 great teams going at it tonight.
I was told by someone who has been around here for quite a while in Rockford, and he said those bleachers across the way have not been pulled out in years. They're expecting one of the biggest crowds here in a long time for a basketball game in this district final here, Northview and Rockford. We'll have a look at the scouting reports for both teams. Also have a Coach Channa of Northview interview and a Coach Clough interview from Rockford, and much more on the LVZ Financial pregame show. So let's go ahead and take a look at the scout for the Rockford Rams. Rockford Rams come into tonight's district final as the number 2 seed in District 9, but have the big advantage of playing on their home floor. Rockford finished the regular season tied for 3rd in the OK Red with a 9-5 record. They have an overall record of 17-7. East Kentwood won the league, and Hudsonville finished 2nd ahead of Rockford in the OK Red, and that was in a 3-way tie for 3rd place in the OK Red was Rockford. Interestingly enough, Rockford has not won a district title in 10 years, since 2012 when they beat, ironically enough, Northview in a district final in 2012, Rockford's last district title. And that year they went all the way to the state final game where they got beat. We'll talk much more about that in our pregame show and in our halftime talks about the district tourney history between these two schools. 8 of the last 10 districts Rockford has lost in the first round of district. That floors me. 8 of the last 10 years, Rockford's lost in the first round.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know, this is a pretty storied program basketball-wise. They've had a lot of success, so to have that happen, and maybe they ran into some good teams in those early round games, but definitely a surprising stat you have there.
And those good teams are a lot of the OK White teams that they ran into. Back in the 1920 year, Rockford beat Northview in the semis at Cedar Springs, a game we did. But the next day, the state shut down athletics because of COVID, so there was no district final that year. And some notable wins this year by Rockford. They beat East Grand Rapids, Catholic Central. They beat Hudsonville twice, and Muskegon Reese Puffer, all very good basketball teams. So obviously, Rockford with a 17-7 record, very capable of beating anybody on any given day, especially right here at home in front of a packed house. And their student section over there was their first ones here. They've been here a while and decked out in their neon. Northview student section, just as big as theirs is right now, decked out in their red. Rockford has 2,469 students, the 7th biggest school enrollment-wise in the state. Northview's got 1,110 students, the 134th biggest in the state. Head coach Kyle Clough, the leader of the Rams. Rockford averages 57 points per game. They are 4 points better than Northview offensively. Defensively, they give up 49 points per game. Northview is 6 points better defensively than Rockford. Rockford has a +8 scoring differential. Top players for Rockford, led by 3 all-conference players. Number 5, senior Caden Pokerzinski, averages 12 points per game. A 2-time first-team all-conference player, 3-year varsity player. So he's battle tough. He's been through a lot. He's also been battling through shoulder and ankle injuries. Tough kid. Number 14, junior Andrew Landis, 2nd-year varsity. 11 points per game, very good shooter. A Division I baseball player, tells you the kind of athlete that he is. And he was all conference. And number 33, senior Charlie Deutsch, was honorable mention all conference for the 2nd time. He's a 3-year varsity player. Physical inside and out. Big-bodied individual inside. He's tough to deal with, and he can also stretch it out, kind of a stretch four. He can play from the perimeter, too. And the number 10, sophomore Michael DeKuyper, very good on-ball defender, one of the better ones, shoots at 37% from 3, and I think that's going to be one of the key matchups, a sophomore running point in front of a big crowd like this in a district final. And with Northview's good pressure defense, we'll see how that plays out in this ball game, as that's going to be a big spot for Michael DeKuyper to have to handle. We'll see how he does. Number 24, senior Joey Pitch, leader, good communicator, one of the better defenders on the team. The leader on the team, Coach Clough, will talk about him in his interview. And the number 10, sophomore Lucas Pitch, also will contribute. Rockford's a physical, tough, defensive-minded team, can score the ball this year also. As I mentioned, 3 all-conference players, good supporting cast, add quality depth for Rockford. They have 7 all-conference players will be playing in this game, not Rockford, both these teams combined. 3 for Rockford that we just mentioned, and 4 from Northview that we'll talk about in a little bit. So a lot of talent on this floor, district final game. The number 2 seeds home floor. A packed house only 6 miles away is Northview. These neighborhood rivals, because of proximity of the two schools, going to be a good one. Northview dominated Rockford last year in the district final at Forest Hill Central, 71-48. A big 23-point win in that district final win, as Northview went on to the Final Four before bowing out to Warren De La Salle at Michigan State University. De La Salle, the eventual state champion last year. Rockford looking for revenge from their blowout loss last year against the Cats in the district finals. I had a chance to speak with Rockford head coach Kyle Clough yesterday about his semifinal game, close one against Lowell, and a matchup today with Northview. I'm here with head coach Kyle Clough of the Rockford Rams. Coach, talk about last night's game versus Lowell, where you survived in advance. Last second 3 for Lowell. could have went in, kind of rimmed out at the buzzer, and you guys are moving on to a district final. Talk about Lowell.
Yeah, first of all, you got to give them a lot of credit. I mean, Coach Powell and his team, I think they've been kind of one of those dangerous teams all year long. You know, I mean, they've played with some really good teams, and they were kind of a little bit of a matchup challenge for us based off the way that they play and kind of what our strengths are. But yeah, we got up double digits there a few different times, and they just didn't go away. So a lot of credit goes to Lowell, and then a lot of credit goes to our guys. You know, I mean, when we found that we actually got behind there, I think 3 points at one time, and then made a couple of big time game winning plays, and then made the stop we needed to at the end. And like you said, that's what it's all about, just finding a way. It doesn't have to be style points. You just want to keep going, and we earned another practice today, so we're pretty excited about that.
So you now face Northview in a district final on your home floor. Your thoughts on Northview, the 7th-rated team in the state of Michigan?
Yeah, obviously, a great team and well coached, and a lot of experience, obviously, off of their season last year. So, it's going to be a great challenge for us, and we got a lot of respect for them and what they do. And last year we both found ourselves in the same situation, and they kind of took it to us and kicked our butt. So, hopefully we can have a great practice today and put together a game plan that gives us a chance to, hang tough in this game, and down the stretch maybe have a great chance to win it. And hopefully, being on our home floor, we'll have the Ram faithful show out. And I know Northview always travels well, so just going to be a really exciting environment, I think, for both of our kids to play in for sure.
So let's break that down, what the keys are going to be against Northview. And full disclosure here, I will not give any information to Northview. We'll not play this interview until right before the game. But offensively, the keys for you against Northview's defense, what are some keys?
Well, I think you nailed it. Their strength, I mean, they're giving up about 44 points a game. I mean, that's incredible. And they obviously have a lot of athleticism and length on that side of the floor. And the way that they switch everything presents, just some real challenges in trying to get yourself some good offensive looks, But, thankfully, like I said, I think coming into this season, we really amped up our schedule. We played Grand Blanc and Muskegon and Catholic Central, and a lot of that was by design, because last year we felt like when we got to that game against Northview, it was a little bit of a shock to some of our guys, and I hope this year, we'll come into it maybe a little more comfortable and a little bit more understanding of what it's going to take. But anytime you make it this late in the season, the district finals, the regionals, you're just not going to get big advantages on offense, and you're certainly not going to get a lot of those tomorrow. So we got to find those small advantages, those inches, and then our kids have got to be able to take advantage of that and go make some plays. And so we'll come out here fearless, and, certainly need to shoot the ball well. I think that's been kind of a thing for us all year. Games we come out and shoot it well from the outside. We're pretty tough to guard too. So I think that'll be a key to the game. But yeah, I anticipate, probably a little bit like last night, scores maybe a little bit challenging to come by, and hopefully that will, we'll find some big ones when we need them.
Yeah, and then defensively against Northview, you talked a little bit about offensively against them. Defensively, there are times Northview, a young team, can struggle at times scoring the ball. How are you going to handle them defensively?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they've got EJ is, he's kind of the straw that stirs their drink. I mean, I'm just so impressed with EJ Ryans when I watch him, and he seems to always have their team under control and kind of understands the game, and certainly was in a lot of big games as a sophomore last year. So, he's a guy that really, I think, kind of gets them going. But, his little brother there, Cam, has been just ultra impressive too. And so I think each one of their guys has a really, really impressive strength, and when you start talking about Tyron, the way he rebounds, and obviously he's a human highlight reel, and then you talk about the two Schwartz kids that came over from Mona. I mean, both of those guys can shoot it at a really high level. So there's a lot of things to be concerned about, and I think that it's kind of the mentality on our end that, listen, we're not going to stop them from scoring, and, Cam's going to get a couple buckets, and EJ's probably going to get a couple things, and I think from our perspective, it's just got to be about making things incredibly difficult, and we need them to have to earn possessions down the floor. And keys for us, of course, just can't give them anything easy. When they get out in the open floor and they turn you over playing in transition, you're just not going to win that battle against them. So for us, it's got to be, we got to take care of the ball, and then we got to get back and hunker down, and we got to be able to really make life as challenging as possible, and eliminate those turnovers, take away the second chance points, and that's no secret. That's no game plan. That's just the reality in the coaching world. You kind of understand those things are going to be huge keys to the game.
All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate your time, and good luck.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for everything you do, man. We're really looking forward to it. And like I said, I know Northview's going to travel, and I think the Rams will be out. So hopefully it'll be a great night for high school basketball.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Have a great night, man. Thank you.
And that was head coach Kyle Clough of the Rockford Rams. And when we come back to the LVZ Financial pregame show, we'll have the scout of the Northview Wildcats. We'll be right back. LVC Financial. Call former Northview grad Ryan Vanderswart and his team at LVZ Financial at 616-394-4994 for all your financial planning needs. LVZ has a hometown atmosphere with the horsepower of a larger firm. Call Ryan for his 25 years of experience or his team today for all your financial planning needs at 616-394-4994. And thank you for your support of Northview Athletics. All right, let's take a look at the Northview Wildcats under head coach David Channa in his fourth season. He's got a record of 65-21 overall in his 4 years at Northview, a .756 winning percentage, second all-time in school history. His assistant coaches Trevor Chalmers, Jeff Anima, Derek Brooks, and Carter Bowes. Tim Felix, the JV coach, Matt Hansen, the freshman coach. Northview 19-4 on the season, 7th in the state. They finished the league 12-2, first place. As we mentioned, back-to-back league championships for the Cats. They won it by 2 games over Grand Rapids Christian this year. Northview averages 54 points a game, give up 53, which is on pace for a school record in points allowed. They have a plus 11 scoring margin. Cats are led by 6'3" junior point guard E.J. Ryans, 10 points per game. He has a 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. A lot of Division I MAC schools interested in him already as a junior. 6'3" freshman Cam Ryans, leading scorer on the team at 12 points per game. Nice to have a freshman as a leading scorer on the team. 6 rebounds a game. One of the better freshmen in the area, a very versatile player. 6'4" senior Tyron Thomas, 9 points per game, 6 rebounds per game. You heard Coach Clough call him a human highlight reel. He can really jump. He's got 60 offensive rebounds in this season, and he shoots it at a 55% clip because he's usually getting offensive putbacks or dunks. He's got quite a few dunks on the year. He's a Frostburg State commit. That's in Division II school in Maryland. 6'5" senior Parker Swartz, 9 points per game. Transferred from Mona Shores. Him and his brother Brady played at Mona Shores last year. Parker just signed a letter of commitment to Malone University. It's a Division II school in Canton, Ohio. And then his brother Brady Swartz, a sophomore, 6 points per game. Good best free throw shooter on the team at 77%. Second leading threes made on the team. Parker, his brother's got the most made threes on the team with 35. Brady, only a sophomore. And then off the bench, 6'3" senior Jake Zerna, 5 points per game. And he shoots it at a 65% clip because, again, he gets a lot of offensive rebound putbacks. We'll also have Max Haveman, David Snow, and Alex Armstrong, as well as Josh Torres off the bench. Terrell Jefferson, still injured, the transfer from Middleville TK. He only played in a couple ball games this year. He is an Aquinas College commit. Northview versus Greenville on Wednesday. Cats won 69-40, sweeping Greenville 3 games this year. Northview was led by freshman Cam Ryan, 17 points. Parker Swartz had 16. Brother Brady Swartz added 14. Northview, one of the better shooting nights on the season right here at Rockford. It was shot 61% from the field, 46 from behind the arc. They were 6 of 13 from three-point land. They shot 79% at the free throw line, and they had it going offensively against the Yellow Jackets, who played them close just a week before that game. And congrats to 4 Northview players named All-Conference in the OK White. First team E.J. Ryans, a 2-time first team All-Conference, as he played last year as a sophomore. He played as a freshman for Northview as well. Ty Thomas, 2-time honorable mention. He got first team all-conference this year. And then Parker Swartz, first team all-conference. And then honorable mention, the freshman Cam Ryans, arguably should have got first team, but being a freshman, they probably gave it to some other people because they know he's going to probably rack up 3 more here in his career if he can stay healthy. Rockford, again, with 3 players, Caden Pokrzinski, Andrew Landis, and Charlie Deutsch. So we got 7 all-conference players in this ball game tonight. Earlier, I had a chance to talk with head coach David Chana. Thought you might like to hear what he had to say about today's basketball game. Coach, you're trying tonight for some school history. Tonight, for the first time ever in Northview school history, you could have back-to-back league championships followed up by back-to-back district titles. That has never happened in the history of Northview basketball. But to do that, you got to get by a very good team in Rockford Rams, one of the bigger school districts in the state of Michigan, and they're playing on their home floor in front of a packed house. There'll be a lot of Northview fans there. Should be a fun atmosphere, but let's talk about these tough Rockford Rams.
Yeah, this team is as good as it gets. They've played a tough schedule. They've beaten some really good teams. They started the year out beating, Grand Rapids Catholic at the Calvin College. I couldn't remember where it was. So they've got a good resume and they're battle tested. Playing the OK Red, they play some very well coached, disciplined teams there, and we have our hands full tonight. I think with this team that we're going to face tonight, they check all the boxes. They've got a guy inside, the Charlie Deutsch kid, that can also step outside and hit threes. He handles the ball very well, finishes around the rim. The Pokrzinski kid is all of 6'5" and can score at all 3 levels as well. They do a really good job calling sets to isolate him for drives. And then they've got a bunch of other guys too. The DeKuyper kids, the point guard spot, Landis. They've got pretty much every spot covered there. So their team seems to be heavily reliant on making threes, and it's going to be our goal to kind of sit down and not let that happen.
So we always talk, late in the years like this, the health of your team, sickness and injuries, how are things looking for you going into this important game?
I don't think we've been this healthy in 2 months, to be honest. We have no illnesses. Parker's ankle seems to be healed up now, and which is very encouraging because he's one of our best defenders. And I like we just finished up walking. I like the attitude of the kids, the energy of the kids. I think we're ready. So I'm excited for the challenge tonight.
So these are the kind of games where your non-league schedule that you put together, I think, is really going to help you. There's going to be 7 all-conference athletes on this floor tonight, and you've been used to playing that with your non-league schedule. You've had all kinds of all-conference type kids that you've had to play against.
Yeah, that's kind of the goal of building a non-conference schedule like that is, we've done it all. We've played the biggest and baddest, and we've gone places to do it, with the mindset of that's what you have to do in the playoffs. You got to go through really good teams, and a lot of times it's on the road, and, you got to be mentally prepared to handle that because, when you play big games like this and big teams like this, inevitably you're going to have moments that are challenging, and you have to be mentally tough enough to kind of find your way through it. So, I just kind of look back at the season and you remember, South Christian at Calvin Christian, we lose to Warren Lincoln, beat Chicago Hyde Park, go to Detroit to play Chicago or Detroit Cass Tech. Those moments matter. They matter now. And you can see the fruits of those games kind of come through, when we go to Grand Rapids Christian and beat Grand Rapids Christian on their floor. So I really think hopefully tonight it all kind of comes together and, we come out on top.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. Hopefully this isn't our last interview this winter, and we can keep things rolling for a regional and bring home some school history for Northview tonight. Good luck, Coach.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks for all you do.
That was head coach David Chana of the Northview Wildcats. Let's go ahead and take a look at some postseason tournament history for both of these schools here. For Rockford, they have 19 district titles since 1951. 4 regional championships, 1 state championship in 2003. That was Steve Marley. And Steve Marley had a 14-year head coaching career here at Rockford. The state championship in 03, they got into a state championship game, did Rockford in 03. And Flint Carmel Ainsworth is when they won that state championship with Steve Marley. They lost in the state finals in 2012 versus Saginaw. They beat Romulus in the semifinals. As that was the year, the last year they won a district title, that 2012 season. It's been 10 years since Rockford's won a district title, and they went all the way to the finals that year. In 09, they beat Grand Haven in a regional final, lost to Kalamazoo Central in the quarters, and then in the year 2000, they beat Holland in a regional, lost to Saginaw in the quarters. Rockford in a drought right now, as I mentioned. Rockford has not won a district title in 10 years. Last one 2012 when they beat Northview in a district final against assistant coach here, Trevor Chalmers. Rockford all-time record in postseason, 89-74 with a .546 winning percentage. Northview has 15 district titles since 1963. They got 3 regional titles, 2 Final Four appearances. The first in 1990, then in 06 and 22 were the regional finals, and their Final Four appearances were in 90 and last year in 22. 3 regionals, again, 90, 06, and 22. In 22, Northview lost in the Final Four to Warren De La Salle, who went on to win the championship. And then in 06, Northview won a regional over Jenison. They lost to Okemos in the quarters. And then in 1990, Northview lost to Chris Weber and Detroit Country Day in the Final Four down at Chrysler Arena. Northview has won 9 conference championships in school history. Northview's all-time record in postseason since 1963 is 72-60, .546 winning percentage. So ironically, Rockford and Northview in postseason have the exact same winning percentage, .546. These two schools identical in the postseason in the history of these two schools. Other district final games around the area tonight in Division I at Zeeland East. It'll be Zeeland West versus Hudsonville. That's who the winner of this game will play. We'll play the winner of that game at West Ottawa. And at Middleville TK, East Kentwood plays an OK White foe, Byron Center. And at Coopersville, Muskegon Reese Puffer will play Muskegon. That will be the other side of that regional matchup that the winner of this team will play after they play the winner of Hudsonville and Zeeland East. The probable matchup with Muskegon, as Muskegon has beaten Reese Puffer twice already this year. In Division II, we got at Godwin, check that, at Forest Hills Eastern, we got Grand Rapids Christian versus Ionia. At Hamilton, there's Hamilton versus Allegan. And at Plainwell, Grand Rapids South Christian versus Otsego. At Comstock Park, it's Sparta, my old coaching stomping grounds, versus Fremont. Go Spartans in that one. And we've got some top-level talent here tonight. We talked about the 7 all-conference people, but even when you come off the bench with some people, listen to some of these players, all kinds of next-level talent. Northview's E.J. Ryans is 2-time all-conference player, getting Division I looks as a junior. Cam Ryans is a freshman, honorable mention all-conference player, getting Division I looks already. Tyron Thomas, a Frostburg State Division II commit. Parker Swartz, all-conference player, going to Malone University in Division II. Rockford's 3 all-conference player, Caden Pokerenzi, Andrew Landis, and honorable mention Charlie Deutsch. Deutsch going to Olivet. He's an Olivet commit. Joey Pitch, a Lawrence Tech commit to play football and basketball. And Caden Leopard, an Adrian commit. And as you can see, many next-level talent on this floor. 10 players or so are going to be playing at the next level. And Northview is looking for their 16th district title in school history and back-to-back districts for only the 4th time in school history. And it'll be school history if they can win a district here because no one at Northview, no team, has ever won back-to-back league championships and back-to-back district titles. So the Cats looking to make some history here against the Rams. Tip is coming up as we will be turning things over to the public address announcer shortly. But I want to bring my cohort in here tonight, Kyle Zimdar. Kyle, this is it's going to be a fun game to do.
Yeah, this is exciting, and you heard both coaches in those interviews talk about the schedules that they had for the year, and that they purposely scheduled some difficult teams so that they're ready for games like this and the postseason tournament. So I expect both teams to be ready and play a solid game, and it's just going to come down to who executes the best.
So we're about ready to turn things over to the public address announcer here at Rockford High School. District final, Rockford Rams 17-7 against the 19-4 7th rated in the state Northview Wildcats. And here's the public address announcer right now with starting lineups and the national anthem.
It's game time. Time for both teams to give us their best effort on the court, and for everyone, players, coaches, and fans, to give us their best sportsmanship. Remember, nothing beats good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, the privilege of this event was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we all enjoy. Let us now honor and respect their efforts and our country. Civilian gentlemen, please remove your hats. All veterans, we encourage you to render the appropriate salute. And everyone able, please stand at attention, placing your hand over your heart as we proudly sing our national anthem.
And in case you couldn't hear those starting lineups, for the Rockford Rams, Michael DeKuyper, Caden Pokerzinski, Andrew Landis, Joey Pitch, and Charlie Deutsch. For the Northview Wildcats, Parker Swartz, Tyron Thomas, E.J. Ryans, Cam Ryans, and Brady Swartz. Thomas will be jumping center against Pokerzinski, and Rockford comes away with the opening tip. Rockford will try to draw first blood as they're going left to right on your internet dial, as Deutsch is going to turn it over for Rockford, as Rockford will be in front of the Northview bench for the first half. Northview's offense will be going down in front of Rockford's home bench. And going Northview now into the Rockford student section. The student sections are underneath the baskets in their neon, the Rockford students are. Rockford comes out man-to-man. Tyron Thomas gets to the basket, misses it, but there's Cam Ryans right there to scoop up the miss and get the putback.
Yeah, Thomas took it hard to the hole, drew Cam Ryan's guy, even though he missed the layups. Cam was wide open for the rebound and putback.
Crossover dribble, Pokerzinski gets all the way to the basket, beats Thomas easily. Nice crossover dribble by Pokerzinski, as he had 23 on Wednesday night, 8 rebounds also in that game versus Lowell. Brady Swartz is going to turn it over, quickly going the other way as Pokerzinski with the steal. And Pokerzinski with 4, and Rockford leads at 4-2.
Yeah, every pass in this type of game has got to be crisp, and you got to go meet it. That was a little lazy pass. It got picked off.
Ryans now has it. Cam, that is, to Parker Swartz. Parker's going to drive down the lane. He gets challenged by Deutsch. Deutsch is going to foul him. Parker will be going to the free throw line to shoot 2, as he was in the act of shooting. On the year, Parker Swartz, a 52% free throw shooter.
Yeah, both teams getting to the rim here early.
Parker knocks it down. Sometimes you can get to that free throw line early. A shooter like Parker is, that's a good thing. So you get that feel, watch the ball go through the hoop like that, and maybe you can get something going.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at that percentage based on how good of a shooter I've seen him be.
I know, I am too. He knocks down both free throws. Parker with 2 points. We got a tie ball game, 4-4, 6:37 left in the first quarter. Kyle Zimdar, Mike Diebold on the call for you this evening. Rockford versus Northview, district final. Winner to go to West Ottawa Regional to play the winner of Zeeland East and Hudsonville playing tonight. There's a drive to the basket by Joey Pitch. It was blocked by Parker Swartz, but they're going to call a foul on Parker Swartz. That looked pretty clean from here.
Looked clean, I agree, from up here, but we're a ways away from the action, so maybe there's a little contact on the arm.
Yeah, we're in the Bob Euchre seats here as they have us around the ball up top. Got to look through some bars. Free throw was missed by Joey Pitch as he is shooting right into the all red of the Northview student section. As behind the glass backboards, you see nothing but arms in the Northview student section they got to shoot into. Pokerzinski does knock down that second free throw. Check that, that was Pitch knocking down that second free throw. 5-4, Rockford leads it. Brady Swartz has it on the right wing, gets it up top, Thomas. Left side, E.J. Ryans. E.J. tries to get in the lane, is cut off. Now Parker Swartz going to pull up for a 3. Just short, no good. And a big rebound by Andrew Landis, the junior. He's going to go coast to coast, dumps it off. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. Looked like Joey Pitch lost it out of bounds, but they say Northview knocked it out of bounds. So it's going to be Rockford's ball underneath their own basket. Rockford a 1-point lead and the basketball.
Northview in their man-to-man, and they're switching man-to-man, so they got to make sure that they get around those seals.
Kind of around the horn, 3 ball on the way by Landis is no good, but Rockford's going to come away with the rebound. Pokerzinski gets an extra possession for Rockford with the rebound. Little backdoor cut, shot, easy layup missed by Landis, and Northview comes away with the rebound. Brady Swartz going to go coast to coast with the finish. Brady Swartz, nice spin dribble, gets a little 4-footer, kisses it off the glass. Brady with his first 2 points. Sophomore for Northview. Cats lead it 6-5.
You like to see him being aggressive early like that. That bodes well for Northview.
Landis gets the ball inside the pitch. Pitch does get it this time. He goes up strong. He's got 3 points, and back in the lead, Rockford. Might see a back-and-forth kind of ball game here this evening. Thomas inside, baseline drive, goes up strong, nice finish. He challenges Pokerzinski and goes right over him. Thomas with his first 2 points, and back and forth we go. Cats lead it 8-7, 4:44 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, Thomas got the ball on the post, just did a nice little face-up at the basket, and got to the rim.
3 ball on the way by Pokerzinski, no good. Thomas didn't box him out though, and Pokerzinski gets the rebound. As he goes up for the layup, he's going to get called for the charge. As stepping in to take the charge, is that Thomas?
Yeah, that was Brady Schwartz.
Well, Brady Schwartz, the sophomore, steps in and takes a charge. Big call, no bucket by Pokerzinski. Wave it off, and Brady Schwartz stepping in and taking the charge. Big play by the sophomore. Cats with the basketball in the 1-point lead. Thomas, right wing. Gets it back up top, Parker Schwartz. Parker's going to drive it down the lane, gets all the way to the basket and scores it. Parker Schwartz with a nice dribble drive, penetration, and finish. He's got 4. Cats' biggest lead of the game by 3, 10-7.
Yeah, Northview's being aggressive, trying to get to the rim, and they're doing a good job.
Sloppy turnover by DeKuyper trying to get the ball over to pitch. Unforced error right there, goes out of bounds, and the Cats will have it off the Rockford turnover, and that's going to be a key in this game. I think Rockford has a tendency to get too many turnovers in a ball game. E.J. Ryans has the basketball. Northview 3-point lead. Thomas inside. He's got it on the low block. Now he faces up, kicks out Parker. Parker's going to let a 3 go from the left wing. Knocks it down. Parker Schwartz with a quick 7 points. And Coach Kyle Clough has seen the big run here by Northview. As Northview, I believe, on an 8-0 run right here and take a 13-7 lead here in this first quarter with 3:44 left. Kyle, your thoughts on that first 5 minutes of the ball game?
Yeah, it's up and down, and people are trying to get to the rim, and it's aggressive, and I love it. Northview's doing a good job. It seems like they're trying to get some touches to Thomas early. He's making some good decisions, taking the ball a couple times on his own, and right there, help came, and he found Parker for the wide open 3.
Cats, I believe, an 8-0 run. They lead it, their biggest lead of this game early on here, 3:44 mark of the first quarter. When the Cats can score the basketball, they are difficult to beat because they can flat out play defense with the best of them. School record-setting defense that they set last year. Coach Chana, known for his mindset, is you are going to play D or you don't play. Up top, got DeKuyper dribbling around as the Rockford Rams having trouble getting open. No one's getting open for him to pass the ball to. He's just dribbled for 15 seconds, almost threw it away. Pokerzinski's got it. He gets into the lane. Lanky 6'5" Pokerzinski is putting Rockford on his back. He's got 6 of Rockford's 9 points as he scores that one. Had 23 on Wednesday night.
That was excellent defense by Brady Schwartz. Pokerzinski just went up over top of him.
Brady Schwartz from deep, a little short. E.J. Ryans with the offensive rebound, though. E.J., nice job getting a second possession for Northview. Gets it out to Brady. Northview will reset. Man defense by Rockford. Cam Ryans breaks the defense down, kicks it out to his brother, E.J. Inside to Thomas now. Thomas, right baseline, looks to pull up, shot fake, tries to get to the basket, elevates over Pokerzinski, can't get the 4-footer to go, and away comes Rockford with the basketball. Landis has it, gets it over to DeKuyper. Turnover. DeKuyper, they couldn't handle it. Thomas going the other way as Pokerzinski couldn't handle the ball from DeKuyper, and some unforced errors early on here by Rockford. Northview went the other way. Thomas tried to get the layup. He got fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that's the 4th turnover for Rockford here earlier in the game.
Trying to foul on Pokerzinski. That's his second foul. That's a big call right there. Pokerzinski picks up his second foul. Thomas hits the free throw. So take note of that, Kyle. With 2:22 left in the first quarter, the leading scorer and the senior leadership of Caden Pokerzinski has 2 fouls early on. Thomas knocks down both free throws. He's going to come out of the ball game. Jake Zerna will come into the ball game. Pokerzinski with the 2 fouls is sitting, and coming into the game for him, Lucas Pitch, the sophomore. Yeah, also into the ball game, Caden Lepper.
Yeah, they've been running the offense through Pokerzinski, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle this coming through.
Nice drive all the way to the basket by Irwin, but he could not get it to go. Irwin just in the game, so 3 new substitutions for Rockford. EJ is going to go. He's going to get stopped, but he's going to get fouled before he could get the layup off. They're going to say on the ground, so Northview will take the ball out underneath their own basket. Landis' first foul. 4th team foul now for Rockford. Northview only has 1 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Northview inbounds the ball way back over the top out of bounds play. Parker Swartz has it. He's going to back things way out. Cats will reset against the man defense. Cats with a 6-point lead and the basketball. And Caden Pokerzinski, all-conference player, sitting with 2 fouls in this first quarter.
Yeah, Rockford's MO on defense is to be up tight on that ball, but Northview's being able to get by them.
Brady Swartz stops, pops from the baseline from 12 feet, in and out, can't get it to go. And away comes Rockford with the basketball. Charlie Deutsch might have got away with a walk, but ends up flipping it up off the board and gets it to go. Deutsch's first 2 points, and Rockford needed that one.
Yeah, that's a tough move. Pretty good defense again by Northview. Just scored it over the top.
15-11, Cats lead it. Now they go into a 2-3 zone, does Rockford. A lot of teams have zoned Northview this year, daring them to kind of shoot from the outside because they're afraid of their individual ability to take people off the dribble. And when Northview is not shooting from the perimeter very well, teams can hang around with them. When Northview's clicking on offense and knocking down shots, especially threes, it's a tough ask to knock Northview off because they play defense so well. Northview just kind of playing around with the basketball on the perimeter. Rockford just staying tight in their 2-3 zone. E.J. Ryans is just across the timeline, and Rockford's got their 2 guys 20 feet away from them.
Yeah, they're going to hold for the last shot here, and I don't blame them letting Rockford just sit back in defense.
We're down to 12 seconds. Cats holding for the last shot of the first quarter, 4-point lead. Parker Swartz, left wing, gets the ball, E.J. Ryans. Brady Swartz from the baseline, hits the side of the backboard, gets his rebound, though it came back to him, went up with another shot, got hammered, no call at the buzzer, so Brady with a couple looks couldn't get it to go, and that's going to do it. After 1, we got Northview 15, Rockford 11. We'll be right back with more exciting district final action here at Rockford. Frames Unlimited with many locations. The nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited. Got a quick score from you. Thanks to Rob Roloff, former coach here at Northview. He's at the East Kentwood game as he coaches JVs there. Byron Center, the OK White team, is up on East Kentwood after one 16-9. And we have a 15-11 lead by Northview after one, but the big story in this first quarter is their leading scorer, Caden Pokerzinski, who had 6 points in this ball game, has got 2 fouls, but he is back in for the start of this second quarter. Pokerzinski with 2 is back in. We'll see if the Wildcats can attack that.
Yeah, they're going to try to hide him in the zone here. He's in the middle of the zone, so that might limit his exposure to getting that third foul.
Cats will have the basketball to start the second quarter. Cam Ryans gets it up top. Parker Swartz, left wing EJ. Cats just playing around the perimeter. Kind of a matchup zone that Cats are kind of trying to figure out. I think they came out looking like it was a zone, but they're playing man defense.
Yep, I agree.
Cats now are going to get into their man offense. They disguised very well by Coach Clough, coming out disguising the zone, and then Cats recognize it right away. Cats into their man offense now. Top of the key, Thomas has it. Right wing, Ryans, E.J. Ryans. Got Ryans brothers and we got Swartz brothers, if you're not familiar with Northview. Got a blocking call. That's going to be on Joey Pitch. Check that. It's going to be on Andrew Landis, I believe. That's his second foul. So Landis and Pokerzinski, the two leading scorers for Rockford with 2 fouls. They're trying to take charges on Northview and they're getting blocking calls as Brady Swartz comes back into the ballgame for Northview. And Jake Zerna will come off. Northview have the basketball out of bounds underneath their own basket.
Yeah, that was pretty good defense, but he reached his hand in there and got fouled.
Cam's going to drive all the way to the basket. One hands it off the top, high glasser, but can't get it to go. Rockford comes away with it and executes all the way down the floor. Does Landis, who did not come out of the game with his 2 fouls, and he knocks down a little 12-foot jumper right in front of the basket. Got a 2-point ball game. Big swing right there. Looks like Cam might get a layup, and they come down and get a 12-footer. Rockford does. Thomas dribble drives. Nice feed over to E.J. Ryans with the finish. Thomas assists. E.J. Ryans with the score. Cats lead it by 4, 17-13.
Yeah, Thomas is having a great game. Again, got to the bucket, drew another guy, and found E.J. Ryans with a nice bullet pass to get him open.
Pitch gets the ball over to Landis, and Landis knocks down a 3. Landis lighting it up here right after he committed his second foul. Got 5 quick points, keeping Rockford in it. 17-16, Northview by 1 with the basketball. 6 minutes left in the half. E.J. Ryans gets it over left side, back into the zone for Rockford, the 2-3 zone.
And they got to find a way to attack the middle if they're going to do that.
And what was that call?
They call an offensive foul. He kind of had his off arm out, but he sounded like he hooked him.
They said Thomas hooked him. It looked like it was going to be a blocking foul on Rockford, and it goes against Tyron Thomas, his first. Northview's second team foul. Doing a good job playing defense without foul, and there's 5 team fouls for Rockford. Thomas's first foul, so Rockford will have the basketball. Got a chance to take the lead. Good man defense, having trouble getting the basketball to someone. Finally does. Pokerzinski has it. Deutsch goes back door. He's going to call for a travel as he shuffled his feet before he put the ball down on the ground. Turnover, Rockford. How many turnovers Rockford got there, Kyle?
They got 5 so far, 1 in this quarter.
And it's the kind of turnovers. They're kind of not really forced turnovers. They're just kind of not taking care of the basketball very well.
I agree with that.
Brady Swartz over to Thomas. Up top, E.J. Ryans against the 2-3 zone. Thomas inside, kicks back out Brady. Pump fakes, he's going to get a little 17-footer, no good from the baseline. But there's Tyron Thomas to clean things up, the offensive rebound, which he does so well. He's got 60-some offensive rebounds on the year. And he is a leaper. Cats back up by 3. Pokerzinski inside, probes, does a nice job, body control, finds his way inside and scores it. Back to a 1-point game. Cats with the lead and the basketball.
Yeah, again, good defense by Thomas, but Pokerzinski just rose right above him and knocked down the shot.
E.J. Ryans with the basketball. He's going to pull it way out against the zone. Coach Chana giving him some instruction. And now Northview will try to attack against this 2-3 zone.
Yeah, last possession they got it inside and drew the defense inside, got it to Parker outside for a look, and then it resulted in an offensive rebound putback.
EJ tries to get in the lane, gets the ball knocked away. Turnover as it was stripped by Deutsch, and away comes Rockford with it. 3 ball on the way is good by Rockford as Andrew Landis is heating up as he can, his second triple of the ball game. And Coach Channel is going to call timeout. And Rockford takes the lead. They had it early on, a lead. The first few buckets of the ball game. Northview has led the rest of the way, got it up to about a 6-point lead, did Northview. They find themselves down 21-19. We'll be right back. Nationwide Insurance. Call Northview grad Shane Saraki for all your insurance needs. Shane, a late 80s Northview grad, can help you with all your insurance needs. Call Shane at Nationwide Insurance at 678-634-6870. And thanks for your support of Northview Athletic. And we are back here at the district final at Rockford as Rockford has come storming back to take the lead with a couple players in foul trouble. They're back on the floor playing with 2 fouls, and they're lighting it up, and they take a 21-19 lead. And Kyle, I would say a big difference in this game is when they switch to the 2-3 zone, Northview's having trouble scoring against it.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. They've got to find a way to get it inside out to try to draw that zone inside.
Northview has the basketball. E.J. Ryan's going to back it out, reset.
They're back to man now.
They're back to man as they're switching things up. Coach Clough switching between man and zone D. I think Northview would much rather play against the man, which we're seeing right now. E.J.'s going to shoot a 3, no good. And rebound, Pokerzinski for Rockford. Pokerzinski gets in the lane, kicks it back out. Landis baseline drive is cut off, pulls up, scores over Cam, and Landis with 10 first half points. This Pokerzinski and Landis show here as Thomas shot the ball into the student section, but they say he was partially blocked as Rockford crowd thought that should be Rockford's ball. But the officials say it was last touched by Rockford. Northview have it underneath their own basket. Northview find themselves down 4. Biggest lead of the game for Rockford, 4. Northview is led by 6. Parker Swartz for 3. Big answer right there for Parker. He's got 10 first half points. He's also got 2 threes in the ball game. And Rockford has a 1-point lead, 23-22. 2:50 left in the first half.
Yeah, that was a big 3 to break some of this momentum. Here's Landis again.
Landis is feeling it. That was a deep 3. Andrew Landis on his home floor has knocked down 3 threes here pretty much in a row. And a 4-point lead by Rockford as a cat's going to have to get a lockdown defender on Landis and make sure he's not getting threes off.
Yeah, I think he's got 11 of the last 13.
Andrew Landis with 2 fouls. Since he picked up his second foul, he has been lighting it up and has not committed his third. Pokerzinski in there also has not committed his third foul. Cats against the 2-3 zone, just playing around the perimeter. Ball gets a little stagnant when teams zone Northview. Ball doesn't swing around like it does. There we got a good penetration swing around. In and out, a 3 from the left baseline by Cam Ryan's no good. We got a scrum on the floor as there's a loose ball, and we got a tie-up. We got a timeout. I think Rockford got the ball. I think they awarded Rockford with the timeout. We're going to stay right here as that Cam Ryan's 3 from the left corner went halfway down, rims out. Looked like Northview might be able to come away with the offensive rebound. Kind of got knocked away, a scrum on the floor, and I believe Rockford calls timeout to save the turnover for them, and Rockford will have the basketball in the 4-point lead with 1:54 left in the half.
Yeah, like you said, that was good ball movement in that zone that time. They got a good look in the corner, halfway down, and then kind of like you said, a mad scramble for that ball. Rockford ended up with it, called a timeout while they were kind of rolling around on the floor.
Cats' biggest lead was 6 points, and now Rockford with a 4-point lead as Andrew Landis, the junior, has hit 3 threes. And pretty much in the last 4 minutes, he's hit those threes. Pokerzinski doing a nice job. Landis with 13 points. Pokerzinski with 8. Parker Swartz doing a nice job hitting 2 3 balls for Northview. He's got 10. Ty Thomas with 6. E.J. Ryans and Cam Ryans each only have 2 points. 2 of the leading scorers for Northview. Northview with their man defense, picking up the intensity a little bit. Pokerzinski's being checked by E.J. Ryans. Ball's knocked away. Got a late whistle as E.J. kind of reached in from around. poked the ball away. It looked like they weren't going to make a call. Then all of a sudden the whistle and the foul on E.J. Ryans. Northview's third team foul. As Rockford's got only 5, but 4 of them are on for 2 players. Wide open is Landis. Can't leave him open. He missed it that time. Dodged the bullet. Did Northview there as he was wide open from 3. E.J. Ryan's going to get a late call on that one. E.J. is going to get called for an offensive foul in the open court. He looked to pull up. Kind of a flop by Rockford. And E.J. went to shoot the shot and gets called for the offensive charge. E.J. now with 2 fouls. Northview 4 team fouls. Minute 21 left. Northview stuck here on 22 points for a while. Michael DeKuyper with the basketball, the sophomore point guard for Rockford. He's being checked by Cam Ryans right now as Northview's switching defense. They have all different players. It doesn't matter who you match up with to start. They switch a lot of picks, and they can guard anybody. Everybody guards everybody, switching on the picks. But Michael DeKuyper has no ball pressure on him now as Cam Ryans is way off him. DeKuyper is just standing at the half-court line. They might run this all the way down. Does Rockford, as there's 40 seconds left in the half. Now Cam Ryan's going to come out, make him play a little bit. As Rockford's just spread him out, Cam's kind of off him a little bit. Now they switch. Parker Swartz is on DeKuyper. Not close enough to where he's getting the count going. It's down to 25 seconds in the half. Almost a steal, but Pokorzinski has it. He goes in the lane, turns it over, does Pokorzinski, but coming away with it is Irwin. We got a scrum open. Rockford comes up in the open court. 3 ball on the way by Rockford. Got it. Drake Irwin hits a 3. He hit 5 threes the other night in their win against Reese Pufflin. At the buzzer, Brady Swartz can't get it to go. And Rockford with a late flurry in the last 4 minutes of this second quarter is going to take a 29-22 7-point lead over the Wildcats here at the half. Kyle, your quick thoughts here.
Yeah, a little crazy sequence there as it looked like Rockford was going to hold it for the last one. There was kind of scramble for the ball, and then they got an open 3 with 10 seconds left, and Brady had a good look there at the buzzer and didn't get it to drop.
So we're going to step aside and give our sponsors some love here. We're not going to play the MHSAA message, so we're only going to be gone for a couple minutes here. We'll tally up these totals for you at the half, and we'll come back with our thoughts on that first half and go over the individual scoring for you here at the Frames Unlimited. Thank you, Kyle Zimdar, for the sponsorship.
Happy to do it.
And his halftime report, as we'll be right back after some sponsor commercials here. Jarash Heating and Cooling. Call them at 616-647-0084 for all your heating and cooling needs. They are located just off West River Drive in Comstock Park. Ryan and Dave Jarash have owned this local company for over 40 years. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs. Team IT provides computer repair, IT services, networking, and more to the Grand Rapids area. They are located at 5234 Plainfield Avenue, Suite B. Contact owners Sam and Brady, DU grads, at 616-591-3139 for all your business and residential computer needs. Stop in or call Team IT for a free diagnostic test. Thank you, sponsors of Northview Athletics. Frames Unlimited, Kyle Zimdar. Shane Saraki, Nationwide Insurance. LVC Financial Planning, Ryan Vanderswart. Jarash Heating and Cooling, Ryan and Dave. Team IT, Brady and Sam. The Score Restaurant, Mike Marsman of Treadstone Mortgage. Ken Jansen of Lake Michigan Credit Union. Michelle Berger of Berger Realty. Mary Schoen of Greenridge Realty. Lake Michigan Credit Union. Angela Davis Brown Salon. Cutting Edge Builders. Tool Construction. Quality Express Car Care Center, Lindy Tanis of Tanis Home GR, Legend Signs, Flo's Pizza, Jones Construction, Christian Koff Fundraising, Plume Service Company, Shannon Swartz of Pure Point Mortgage, Woodland Airstream, and Straight Line Fence. And we are back at the District 9 District Final here at Rockford, a packed house. And Northview led most of that first half. Rockford got out to the quick lead, just led by 3. And then Northview got up by as much as 6. And now Rockford has come storming back, knocking down 3s. As we said, that was going to be a key, the 3s, and we'll go over those stats here in just a minute. And Rockford has the 29-22 lead here at the half. Northview led it 15-11 after the first quarter. Rockford outscores Northview 18-7 in that second quarter. And a lot of those by 3 balls. And interesting enough, Pokerzinski and Landis pick up their 2 fouls, and then they just started going on fire on the offensive end.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Northview had 15 kind of with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, and then since then have kind of been stagnant. Like you said, during the second quarter, when Rockford went to that zone, it kind of slowed Northview down. They're not doing a great job getting the ball inside out to neutralize that zone, and also Rockford's making shots too.
What's the turnover situation and the three-point shooting look like here?
Yep, so I've got Northview with 3 turnovers and Rockford with 5, but they started off, they've kind of calmed those turnovers down and taken care of the ball a little bit better while they're having this run. Northview is 2 for 8 from 3. Again, they're getting some good looks, just not knocking them down. And the hot shooting for Rockford, they are 4 for 6 from 3.
Individual scoring in that first half for the Rockford Rams. Caden Pokerzinski with 8. Drake Irwin with 3, hit a 3 ball. Joey Pitch with 3. Charlie Deutsch with 2. High point man for Rockford, high point man for the ball game so far. Andrew Landis, the junior, with 13 points. For the Northview Wildcats, Parker Swartz has 10. Tyron Thomas with 6. E.J. Ryans with 2. Cam Ryans with 2. And Brady Swartz with 2. Rob Roloff's just texted me again here. Byron Center leads East Kentwood at the half by 4, 24-20. And take a couple minutes here to do some shout-outs. A lot of people listening in tonight, I know. And some people at the ball game here. I know I saw Grant George, Steve Sharphorn, Eric Kind, Ryan Rapolsky saw earlier here. But Mike Marsman listening in, I know. And a couple shout-outs I want to give. Lou and Jerry Salter and their daughter Casey. Casey, a counselor here at Rockford. Lou and Jerry listening in all the way from Marlette, Michigan, which is in the Thumb area. And glad they're listening in. Sue Kinney, hopefully she's feeling better. Drove all the way in from Pennsylvania to watch her former student, which is Coach Chana of Northview, coach in this game, but has been under the weather. I'm not sure if she's here at the ball game tonight. I've not seen her, but if not, I know she's listening in. Hope you feel better, Sue. And Coach Chana hopes you feel better also. Jim Harbison, former Northview alum, is here. He's got a son plays football for Rockford. One just graduated. I think another one coming up. Bob Toole and Andrea. Isaac was a good baseball player here. Their daughter played volleyball. The Toole brothers coached them, and Bob was in that Final Four showing for us. My wife Tammy listening in, Ken Clemens, and wife Dorothy out in Holland listening in all the time. Rick Slater listens in. Andy Evers listening in, a.k.a. The Otter. Todd Rinke, I know, is listening in tonight. And Ryan Armstrong, Jason Sorokin, happy birthday, Jason. Shane Saraki in Georgia listening in. Donnie Tyndall listens in quite often. Sometimes not live, but he'll catch it on the archive. Dan Olson, I know, listens in once in a while. You got some shout-outs?
Yeah, I think I actually saw Dan here.
Oh, Dan's here, okay.
Yep, and some other former players here, Mark and Ryan Armstrong. I saw Mikey Lehman is here, too. People listening at home, my wife Gloriana, my daughter Edith, my brother Travis, and my sister-in-law Carrie, my parents Bill and Cindy, my brother Adam, Class of 1994, Marilyn Frost, who used to be Vandekoppel's listening in tonight. I know she's a teacher here in the Rockford district.
Okay.
Matt Simmons, Andy Cleveland, Dave Vandekoppel, Angela Morehouse is listening. Jason, one of your former players.
Up at Sault Ste. Marie.
Yep, up at Sault Ste. Marie. And this is the whole class of 1994. I'm on a text string with them. I let them know I'm on air, and they're all listening in tonight.
All right, nice. Joe Norrod vacationing down in Florida, probably listening. He catches a lot of the games. Also the Vanderwerfs, Andy and Laura Vanderwerf listening when they can't make it to the games. Stu and Jan Sykes, along with Scott Sykes. Curtis Perkins listens in at times. Jerry Phillips, more of our Florida crew listening in. David and Charles Dixon, if they're not here, sometimes listen in. Dwight Anderson down in Florida with the Northview crew down there having some fun. We got about 1:30 left here in warm-ups. Cats going to need to turn things around here against that zone defense that Rockford has deployed, and it had the Cats stifled in that second quarter, as teams have done to Northview. We're going to step aside for one more quick commercial, and we'll be right back with this second half. Rockford leads at 29-22. Frames Unlimited with many locations. The nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited. LVC Financial. Call former Northview grad Ryan Vanderswart and his team at LVZ Financial at 616-394-4994 for all your financial planning needs. LVZ has a hometown atmosphere with the horsepower of a larger firm. Call Ryan for his 25 years of experience or his team today for all your financial planning needs at 616-394-4994. And thank you for your support of Northview Athletics. The Huge is here. Bill Simonson just slapped me in the back, knocked the wind out of me, and but we are ready to get going here as Rockford will have the basketball to start the second half as Michael DeKuyper has it, gets across half court. Charlie Deutsch drives baseline, runs over Parker Swartz. We're going to get a call, and we're going to get a blocking call on Parker. Oh, no, don't.
Looked like pretty good position to me. The ref under the basket didn't want to blow his whistle, so the guy on the wing had to, and he called a block.
Don't want to be the homer here, but the last three calls going against Northview could go either way, and they all went Rockford's way there. Shot is up and missed by Landis, and Parker Swartz comes away with the big rebound. Northview has it, finds themselves down 7. They turn it over. Parker trying to get it to Thomas, turns it over to Kuiper with the steal. Kuiper gets it over to Joey Pitch, baseline drive. That time we're going to get the call.
I think he stepped out of bounds. Stepped out of bounds before the charge.
Before the charge, he ran over Cam Ryans. They're just going to call it that he stepped out of bounds, and that was Joey Pitch turning the ball over. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Cats find themselves down 7. In fact, in a packed house here in Rockford, Michigan. District 9 district final. Winner to go out to West Ottawa and play the winner of Zeeland West against Hudsonville tonight. Over the top, they try to get it to Cam Ryans, but stepping out of bounds was Pokerzinski as he was swatting the ball away. So it'll be Northview basketball underneath their own basket. Pokerzinski will be pressuring the inbounder Cam Ryans. Northview in a 1-4 set low. They kick it up top to Swartz, gets it over to EJ. Shuffle cut, couldn't get Thomas open in the middle. EJ tries to take him off the dribble, goes nowhere. Parker, dribble drive baseline, trying to take the charge for Rockford was DeKuyper, and he's going to get the blocking call.
I think that ref wanted to call a charge, but that was the right call.
So Northview have it again underneath their own basket. 2 quick fouls on Rockford. Northview will have it against the man defense. EJ gave up an easy free throw, but he's going to drive the basket, misses the reverse layup on the other side. But Cam Ryans, his brother, gets the miss, and a strong move and putback and a big basket right there for Northview to cut the lead to 5. You didn't want Rockford getting up 9. Need to get the first couple baskets here, Northview. Pokerzinski has it for the Rams. That's steal by EJ. EJ's going coast to coast, left-handed finish, and the score, and the foul. EJ Ryans with the steal. His 4th point, left-handed finish, and they're going to get a foul on Charlie Deutsch.
Yeah, great defense there. He just put his hand out, the correct hand, out in the passing lane, knocked it away, chased it down, took it right to the rim, and got the foul call.
EJ Ryan, 71% free throw shooter on the year, has 4 points in this ball game, make it 5 as he knocks it down. And a quick 5-0 spurt right there for Northview, and Northview is only down 2, 29-27. Rockford with the basketball. Pokerzinski has it, looking to get it inside. He finally does to pitch. Joey pitch up and over Swartz, no good, over Brady. There's Parker to get the miss.
That's 2 great rebounds by Parker to start the second half. He's really battling on the boards.
Thomas inside, give and go. There's Brady Swartz, a big 7-0 run by the Wildcats out of the halftime break as Brady Swartz gets the assist from EJ. Yeah, and Brady with 4.
You knew Northview wasn't going to go away. They came out ready to play in the second half. Coach Chana got them fired up.
Cats erase a 7-point halftime deficit here in the first 2 minutes and 10 seconds of the second half. And we got a tie ball game, 29-29. We'll be right back. Nationwide Insurance. Call Northview grad Shane Saraki for all your insurance needs. Shane, a late 80s Northview grad, can help you with all your insurance needs. Call Shane at Nationwide Insurance at 678-634-6870. And thanks for your support of Northview Athletics. Cats come out picking up the defensive intensity a little bit, scoring the ball as well, which often happens. Your defense can lead to your offense, not having to set up and go against that zone. And the Cats, 7-0 run right here, tied things up 29-29. Rockford has the basketball.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better start to the second half than Northview's got. Let's see if they can keep it going after Rockford settled themselves down.
Drake Irwin into the ball game, dribble drives, gets it over to Charlie Deutsch. Deutsch breaks down off Northview's poor defense that time, and Deutsch finishes. He's got 4 points. Rockford back up by 2. Tyron Thomas inside move, scores it. And I think Pokerzinski just picked up his 3rd. Thomas with the reverse, ducked under the hoop, went up, scores it, and gets fouled. And Pokerzinski picks up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, Thomas gets off the floor so quickly that it's tough to block his shot.
Tie ball game. Pokerzinski comes out of the game. Lucas Pitch, the sophomore, comes in for him. So Pokerzinski will stick with 3. Tyron Thomas, 65% free throw shooter on the year, will look for the and 1. Nice soft touch, hits every inch of the rim and goes in. 9 points for Thomas, second leading scorer for Northview. Parker Swartz has 10 to lead Northview. Northview now back in the lead for the first time in a while. 32-31. Northview leads it. Rockford has the basketball. 5:20 left in the third quarter. Irwin, the junior, has the basketball. Hands it off to Landis. Landis being checked by Parker Swartz. Parker's got some length on him. Rockford swings it around against the man defense. Dribble drive penetration. Nice score by Michael DeKuyper. The sophomore gets his first 2. Finishes with the left hand. DeKuyper gives Rockford the lead. 33-32. 4:50 left in the third.
Rockford back in the zone. Northview's got to look to get it inside.
Cam Ryans drives the baseline to cut off. They swing it around the other side of the court. Back up top of the key, Ryans. Brady Swartz. Jake Zerna into the ball game for Tyron Thomas right now. Playing the inside as the Northview's inside flashing players got to make themselves available, and you got to stick it in there once in a while. because otherwise they're just playing around the perimeter. Gonna have to soften it up with a 3. There they get inside. Cam, spin dribble, nice finish, and the foul. E.J. Ryans to his brother Cam. Great spin move by Cam, and he gets the finish, and he has 6 points, and he'll go to the free throw line.
And that's exactly what they got to do. That ball got to the elbow. It created everybody inside, and E.J. found his brother down at the block, who made a great spin move and the foul.
Cam on the year, not the best of free throw shooters, only 57%, getting better. He was in the low 50s most of the year. Misses back iron on that free throw, did Cam. What's the call there?
I think they got Zerna with a push in the back on the rebound.
Jake Zerna with the foul, Northview second, his first. 14 fouls already for Rockford in the first half of this third quarter. About halfway through the third quarter, Rockford with the Northview with the 1 point lead. De Kuiper has the basketball for Rockford. Backdoor cut, and a nice foul because there's going to be a dunk or an easy Lucas Pitch layup. The sophomore went backdoor on Zerna. Zerna lost track of him, fouls him hard. He's going to make him earn it at the free throw line. Lucas Pitch at the line.
Yeah, Rockford does a lot of those Princeton cuts, that backdoor if they don't get it out on the wing. And Zerna just got caught napping a little bit there, but like you said, a good foul to not give up the layup and paid off.
Missed free throw by Lucas. The sophomore will have another one. He's going to try to tie things up here. We're halfway through the third quarter. And if he can knock down this free throw, we'll have another tie ball game. Back and forth we go in this one. He misses both free throws. Tyron Thomas just back into the ball game with the rebound. E.J. Ryans in the open court gets called. And there's Andrew Landis with his third, trying to get the charge. He thought he got there in time. He's not happy as E.J. runs him over, but he's going to get the blocking call. His third. So Landis and Pokerzinski both with 3. And when they were in foul trouble in the first half, they started lighting it up on the offensive end. Landis is going to come out of the ball game, into the ball game for him, Caden Lepper. Thomas tries to get position inside. They don't. He got to swing it way over the top to Parker. Wildcats have it. Cam Ryans has it way away from the basket. He's being checked by Lepper. Cam dribbles by Lepper, kicks it out to Thomas. Almost threw it away. Now the E.J. Ryans has it. Man defense right now by Rockford. They've been switching things up. Thomas gets in the lane, kicks back out to Parker. Parker's going to dribble drive, baseline runner, air ball too long. And Lepper for Rockford comes down with the rebound. Cats lead it by 1. Yeah, tough shot, a little baseline runner there. 3 ball on the way, no good by Irwin. And Cam Ryans comes away with it for Northview.
Yeah, great box out by Zerna there.
Cam's going to get called for an offensive foul as De Kuiper takes one. Cam did a spin dribble. Looked like he went away from him. The flop call goes down. Cam Ryans with the offensive charge. His first. Northview's fourth. 5 team fouls on Rockford. 34-33, Northview the 1 point lead as they were down 7 at the half. As Rockford had a nice second quarter. Northview got up 6 in the first quarter. Baseline drive by Lucas Pitch. Lucas, little runner over Cam, gets it to go. And Rockford back in the lead by 1, 35-34. Thomas, right baseline, gets in the lane. Nice find for Cam Ryans. Thomas assist. Cam Ryans, the bucket. Cam with 8. Northview back up by 1.
Yeah, I'd like to see the ball touch Thomas's hand every time down the floor. He's making some great plays.
The Kuiper gets cut off by Zerna. There's another backdoor cut. Lucas Pitch going backdoor, gets an easy layup, and the Cats getting beat backdoor when they overplay, which you should do, go backdoor on them. 37-36, Rockford 1 point lead, back into their zone defense. Zerna gets the ball in the low block, double team, kicked out Thomas, 3 ball on the way. Tyron can't hit it. Cam Ryan almost gets the offensive rebound, goes out of bounds, and Rockford will have the basketball. Brady Swartz comes in for his brother Parker. Andrew Landis will come in for De Kuiper. So you got Landis, Lepper in the backcourt now for Rockford, giving to Kuiper, their point guard, a breather. 1 point lead for Rockford, and they have the basketball. Ball's knocked away. E.J. Ryans thought he knocked it off Rockford's hand, but no, Rockford will stay with it. Rockford has it side out away from their bench in front of this packed house. First time the top bleachers on the far side have been pulled out in years, they said here. This is a big arena, and it's standing room only along the rails. Catch Fox Blitz tonight. You'll see highlights. I saw their staff was here earlier this evening. Thomas almost with the steal for Northview, knocks it out of bounds as he denied away. Got to watch out for those backdoor cuts as they're doing a good job of denying one pass away is Northview. Rockford trying to get it inbounds. They do. Pitch has it, the sophomore. Lucas gets in the lane. He's going to get called for a travel as he kind of just shuffled his feet a little bit as he went up over, scored the basket over Brady, but the away official says he shuffled his feet, and the travel on Rockford gives the ball back to Northview.
Yeah, Pitch got some confidence there and took it to the bucket again, but Brady stayed in front of him and made him shuffle the feet.
We got 9 minutes, 45 seconds left in this ball game. 1:45 here in the third quarter. And it's been close all the way. 7 point lead's been the biggest by Rockford. Northview had a 6 point lead in that first quarter. Parker Swartz, three ball from the baseline, no good. Cats aren't hitting their threes, but there's Thomas, offensive rebound. He gets hammered. As he went up, Thomas will be going to the free throw line. That foul looks to be on Lucas Pitch. And it is on Pitch, his first foul. Rockford's 16 fouls, so Northview will be shooting one in the bonus from here on out. Any fouls? Northview still has a couple fouls to give. They have 14 fouls. Thomas on the line where he just hit a free throw not too long ago. Misses that one.
Yeah, Northview did a nice job against that zone, getting Brady a good look in the corner and then missed it. But Thomas, again, really crashing the boards, got up and got it.
Pokerzinski and Landis come out of the ball game. Deutsch is in. Those 2 or 3 fouls that they're probably going to sit for the last 1:26 of this third quarter and get a breather and get him back in. Thomas makes the second free throws. He's got double figures with 10. Parker Swartz also has 10 for Northview. We got a tie ball game, 37-all, entertaining district final here at Rockford. In the lane goes to Kuiper, but he can't get a shot off. Gets it over to Deutsch. Deutsch muscles his way in, scores it, and is fouled. Charlie Deutsch, the senior, gets his 6th point of the game, and he'll go to the free throw line looking for the and one.
And that was another backdoor cut that yielded that result.
It's about 4 or 5 that they've gotten off. You know, with an aggressive defense like that, you're going to give up a couple here and there, but you can't give up 5 backdoor cuts. Missed free throw by Deutsch, but the Rams come away with it. Irwin comes away with the rebound, so Rockford, with a minute left, will spread the floor, get an extra possession off the missed free throw. Cats couldn't secure the rebound. Crossover dribble to Kuiper, gets inside, but the much taller Swartz, should be a 3-second call as he was in there all day. Swartz blocks his shot anyways. Swartz comes away with it. Gets it over to EJ. EJ in the open court. Stops, pops a little floater from 6 feet. EJ scores it. EJ was 7 points. Tie ball game, 39-all.
Terrific defense by Parker there. Just stayed on the ground against a smaller guy, and then when he did go up, he blocked it. And great pull-up by EJ.
Got some people standing in front. I got to get off my feet here as we got the Kuiper playing around with the basketball. Northview man defense. The Kuiper 50 feet away from the basket just by the timeline, running things down. 10 seconds left in the third quarter. The Kuiper has the basketball. The Kuiper gets in the lane. Spin moves. Going to try to score it. Gets it over Brady Swartz. The Kuiper just before the buzzer scores his 4th point of the ball game. Nice individual move right there over Brady Swartz, Michael DeKuyper, and Rockford is going to take a 2-point 41-39 lead over the Wildcats.
Yeah,
Rockford leads it by 2. Go ahead, Kyle.
That was a great quarter. Northview really came out of the locker room with some great intensity, got back in it, and now we got eight more minutes for a district championship.
Yeah, Rockford had a 7-point lead, and Northview fought their way back in. It took the lead, but Rockford now leads it by 2. We'll be right back to the fourth quarter. Team IT provides computer repair, IT services, networking, and more to the Grand Rapids area. They are located at 5234 Plainfield Avenue, Suite B. Contact owners Sam and Brady, DU grads, at 616-591-3139 for all your business and residential computer needs. Stop in or call Team IT for a free diagnostic test. We got 8 minutes left in somebody's season. Is it going to be Rockford done or the Wildcats done? 7th rated in the state. Northview find themselves down 2 at Rockford, playing in their home gym in a packed house. Wildcats going in front of their student section. They shoot in front of their student section, as does Rockford now in this second half. So the free throws will be a little differently when you're shooting them at your student section. Late in the ball game, could come down to some free throws in this. Northview has it. Brady Swartz gets it over to Cam Ryans. Cam, high pick and roll with Thomas. Thomas rolls to the basket, kicks out to Brady. Brady stops, pops from 16 feet, air ball, no good. His brother Parker there with the rebound and putback as he's falling away. Parker Swartz gets his first 2 points of the second half. He's got 12, the leading scorer for Northview. Leading scorer for Rockford's Andrew Landis with 13. He has not scored yet in this second half, has Landis. He got 13 in the first half. We got a tie ball game, 7 minutes left. The Kuiper gets inside, got a good look, couldn't get it to go. Parker Swartz comes away with the rebound. E.J. Ryan's in the open court, crossover dribble. And it looked like a clean block by Joey Pitch. He's got his hands on his head. He can't believe the call. But E.J. going coast to coast is going to get rewarded. Hops up a little slow. And he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. E.J. Ryans on the year, a 71% free throw shooter. Second only to Brady Swartz free throw shooting. So right man, right spot at the line here. We got a tie ball game. E.J. leaves it short.
And that's two great rebounds by Parker Schwartz. One an offensive and then a putback, and then a great, strong defensive rebound here to lead to the free throws for E.J.
E.J. will get one more. Misses both free throws, does E.J. 6:50 left in the ball game. All tied up. I would think we might even do it maybe an overtime game here also. I got to stand up again. Got some people standing in my way. Not the greatest vantage point to call a game, but doing the best we can here. De Kuiper has the basketball for Rockford against Northview's man defense that they've been playing the whole game. Landis has it for Rockford. 3 ball on the way, no good. Rims it in and out. Parker Swartz, a nice box out, and Lucas Pitch, the sophomore, goes over his back. Nice box out by Parker, and he'll get rewarded as they'll go 94 feet the other way because Rockford's over the limit.
Yeah, Parker does not want his season to be done. He is. That was a great box out and forced the over the back for sure.
One and the bonus for Parker Swartz. Missed it. Some big free throws being missed by Northview in the fourth quarter here. That's 3 in a row. Can't do that come tourney time. You find yourself packing bags. Backdoor cut. Rockford scores it. Pokerzinski goes back door. Scores the bucket. And a big turnaround right there. Basket is good. And that foul is going to be on Brady Swartz. Coming into the ball game, Drake Irwin for Rockford. Leaving for Rockford, Joey Pitch. So going to the free throw line for Rockford, Caden Pokerzinski, the senior. He doesn't want his senior season to end. He's got 10 points, looking for 11 here if he can knock it down. He does. Nice rotation on the basketball, good arc, good player. Caden Pokerzinski, the senior, has 11. Rockford leads it by 3. 5:50 left. Thomas, baseline drive, moves the ball over to his left hand. Nice finish. And as Coach Channel likes to do after scores, does the Tom Izzo call defensive timeouts. And Northview's going to call timeout. And we're going to take a timeout. 5:48 left in this ball game. Rockford 44, Northview 43.
Garage Heating and Cooling. Call them at 616-647-0084 for all your heating and cooling needs. They are located just off West River Drive in Comstock Park. Ryan and Dave Jarash have owned this local company for over 40 years. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs.
Well, we got a good one here. Kyle Barnburner going back and forth. Two good teams going at it. Kind of almost an away game for Northview because it's not a neutral floor. Rockford practices on this every day. But as far as fan support, it's 50-50. Both teams showing out in a packed house here in Rockford, Michigan.
Yeah, for sure. And it's going to come down to the wire here. And Thomas with a great move there. Like I said earlier, I'd like to see his hands get on the ball at least once every offensive possession for Northview because he's making some good decisions.
E.J. Ryan's getting taped up by the Northview's trainer over there. E.J.'s got his fingers kind of jammed it on that last one when he was going to shoot those free throws and he got fouled. As shaking his hand as he got up, gets him taped up, and he's back on the floor now. We got 5:44. Rockford has the basketball, and Rockford has a 1-point lead. Rockford going in front of their student section, decked out in their neon. There's Pokerzinski up strong, can't get it to go. A lot of contact, no call. Thomas with the rebound from Northview. He goes behind the back, gives it to E.J. Ryans. To his brother Cam, top of the key. Man defense being deployed by Rockford. They kick it back out. Cam does to his brother E.J., who's back at the timeline. Just kind of casually hanging out of the basketball. Now they get into their set. High pick and roll. The Swartz brothers. Gets it over to Cam Ryan's left wing. High pick and roll with Thomas. Cam gets in the lane. Back out to EJ. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. EJ gets in the lane. Turns around. Fat passes inside to Thomas. Thomas fights through. Looked like some contact. No call, but Thomas gets the bucket. And the Cats lead it by 1. 45-44, back and forth we go. What a high school district ball game we got going for you right here. Thomas with the steals. He fell down at the top. Thomas with the dunk. Thomas with the dunk as Lucas Pitts, the sophomore, fell down. Thomas goes coast to coast and a two-hand thunderous dunk. And the Cats lead it by 3. Northview crowd up on their feet.
They got to stay in control on defense here. Can't get beat backdoor.
Pokerzinski, top of the key. Thomas checking him. Pokerzinski stolen by E.J. Ryans. 3-on-2 going the other way. E.J. shot up. Oh, they're going to wave it off. Offensive foul is the call. And the Northview crowd cannot believe it. It looked like it was going to be an and one. E.J. in the open court kisses it off the glass. Gets fouled. They say an offensive foul on E.J. Ryans, and it goes the other way. What a call right there. The Cats could have put it up. 5-point lead with E.J. going to the line. Instead, it's a 3-point lead, and Rockford with the basketball.
That was, I'm going to hold my tongue there, but I think everybody can hear how the crowd's reaction to that. That was Northview crowd, but not probably the call that was correct there.
Huge call right there. So it looked like Northview was going to kind of get a little momentum. It probably would have been a timeout. And quickly the other way, Rockford now scores it as Joey Pitch scores the basketball. And we got a 1-point ball game.
Yeah, a little slip screen there from Rockford. Northview was ready to switch, but he slipped it and got the wide open layup.
Back to the zone for Rockford. Northview with the 1-point lead and the basketball. They get it inside to Cam. Cam Ryans up and can't get it to go over Pokerzinski. Cam had a great look from 2 feet. It rims in and out. Pokerzinski comes away with it. Three ball on the way for Rockford. In and out, no good by DeKuyper. That was halfway down. And the ball goes out of bounds, and Northview will have the basketball.
Both teams are putting everything on the line here. Everybody's battling for every rebound. It's great to see.
Cats up one with the basketball. 3:21 left. E.J. Ryans will walk it across the court. Do you have timeouts? They don't have timeouts on the scoreboards here. I'm wondering if have you kept them at all or not?
Yeah, I've got 3 for Northview, 2 for Rockford.
E.J. Ryans gets his shot blocked by Pokrzinski. Goes out of bounds in front of the Northview student section. So Northview will have the basketball underneath their own basket. So plenty of timeouts left in the ball game here for both teams. 3:06 left. Cam Ryans will take it out. Gets it up top. Parker Swartz. E.J. Ryans now will run the show. About 25 feet away from the basket. Parker Swartz has it now. Thomas, right wing, gets it inside. Cam Ryans on the low block. Being checked by Deutsch. Thomas, or Cam Ryans goes up. A lot of contact by Deutsch. No call as they let him play.
They are letting him play, that's for sure. There was a lot of contact on that one.
Blocked shot by Deutsch. Cam couldn't get the call. And there we go, the other backdoor high pick and roll. Missed layup by Joey Pitch.
They call a goaltend there, I think.
And the goaltend call, as someone I think got up into the net. Coach Channa not liking that call much either. And now we got a 48-47 lead. Rockford leads it by 1. 2:20 left. Cats got to overcome this 2-3 zone by Rockford. As it is loud in here right now. E.J. Ryans over to Brady Swartz. Parker gets it inside to Cam Ryans, the freshman, being checked by Deutsch, the big physical player. Cam Ryans can't get the 2-footer to go. Got a great look. Got by Deutsch, got a great look right up by the rim and back irons it. And Rockford comes down with the rebound. Rockford with the basketball in a 1-point lead. 1:49 left to go. Rockford's going to spread it out against the man defense. Northview, a couple of real good looks, couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, great move by Cam there. Just couldn't get it to go. Right at the rim.
DeKuyper has it. Got closely guarded. He might get a 5 count. He does break down Parker. Parker with the block shot. Going to get called for a foul. Parker thought he had the block as he caught up to DeKuyper, as he does so often and times the block. Got a piece of the ball, but they're going to call a foul on Northview. Parker Swartz. Parker's 4th foul. Check that. His 3rd foul. Parker's 3rd foul. Basket free throw is good by DeKuyper. He's got 5. Nice move by DeKuyper, the sophomore. Brave move, breaking Parker down and going all the way to the basket. Got a 2-point lead. And we got a timeout. Coach Channa is going to take a timeout with 1:26 left. We're going to stay right here as the sophomore, Michael DeKuyper, will be at the free throw line with one more free throw. Rockford with a 2-point lead, 49-47. 1:26 left in the ball game. Both teams still have a couple timeouts left. Coach Channa just took one there. He's got his guys sitting down, talking to them. Across the way, Coach Kyle Clough huddled up with his kids, and we're going to have a heck of a 1:26, and who knows, maybe longer.
Yeah, absolutely. Northview's got to get a good set here, and it was a good look by Cam that last time, but I'd like again to see it to get into Thompson's hand, let him create, either make a bucket or pass off like he's been doing.
And we got the players coming out of the huddles to the free throw line. Michael DeKuyper, he's got 5 points in the ball game. The lefty goes out hour and a half before game, shooting shots, and he was knocking them down when I was watching. He knocks down that free throw. He's got 6. 3-point lead by Rockford. Northview has the basketball. Minute 20 left. This place is loud. The student section, which is on the opposite end that Northview's facing right now, is loud. Get a blocking call. Thomas went to drive. And that foul. Who'd they call that on?
That was on DeKuyper.
DeKuyper with the foul?
After they switched, DeKuyper got him. I think that was the right call. And again, I love seeing the ball in Thomas's hand. And Northview had a nice set there to get it to him. And now he's got 1-1 here.
Thomas to the free throw line. Got it. 65% free throw shooter. Thomas with 17, leading scorer. That senior, Ty Thomas, doesn't want his season to end. Cut it to 2.
It'll be interesting to see if Northview puts a little full court pressure on here, down 1 with a minute 10. If they can get the bucket, they'll be down 1.
Thomas got both free throws, big free throws by Ty Thomas, leading scorer for Northview with 18, the senior. Timeout, Coach Channa. Has he got what, 1 left?
He's got 1 left. I got Rockford with 2.
Rockford with 2 timeouts left. Northview with 1. We got a 50-49 Rockford lead by 1 with a minute 11 left in regulation. What a ball game. Yeah. Looking around, packed house. We got the who's here. Brett Paquita and their crew is here. Michigan Sports Radio here. The Huge is in. We got a packed house of who's who from Northview too. Younger crowd, student section, and we got some old timers I've seen around since the 60s and 70s coming to the ball games here. And what a game we got in Rockford, Michigan. These two schools only 6 miles apart from each other, and so wouldn't call it a huge neighborhood rivalry because they don't play that much. They're in 2 different leagues. They play in postseason quite often, but Rockford looking to get off the snide here. It's been 10 years since they've won a district title. And they got a 1-point lead with a minute left and the basketball. Northview with full court pressure, kind of token pressure, as Pokorzinski has the basketball being checked by Thomas. Pokorzinski still dribbling, almost turns it over, being closely guarded. Parker Swartz now checking DeKuyper. 52 seconds left in the ball game. Rockford with the basketball and a 1-point lead. DeKuyper just kind of playing around with the basketball as he breaks the closely guarded by Parker Swartz, the much taller. And DeKuyper's just kind of running the clock down by himself, just dribbling around. And no one's jumping, and now we're going to get a coach.
I think they call a foul on Parker there.
Parker fouled, and that's going to be 9th team foul on Northview. Parker is just fouled out of the ball game, it looks like. Parker Swartz, the senior. He doesn't think he has 5 fouls. He didn't know he had 4 fouls. Parker with that foul, just trying to stop the clock, and they're going to put the sophomore, Michael DeKuyper, who just hit 2 free throws just not too long ago.
Yeah, I don't think Northview was trying to foul there, and I don't think Parker thought he got him. They were just trying to put pressure on it at that point.
Called him with some hands on him, I guess, but another call. And there's DeKuyper going to the free throw line. Rockford leads it by 1, 34 seconds left. Missed free throw by DeKuyper. E.J. Ryans has the basketball for Northview. 30 seconds left. E.J. crossover. Reverse layup, no good, but there's Zerna with the rebound, and Rockford's going to get the foul. Euro step by E.J. Ryans. I thought he was going to go up on the right side. Probably had a pretty decent look at a layup. Goes Euro step, goes reverse layup, misses it. There's Jake Zerna, what he does, getting the big offensive rebound for the senior. He gets fouled. 10th team foul on Rockford, so Jake Zerna going to the free throw line has not shot many free throws for Northview. 53% free throw shooter, has only shot 11 free throws all year. Too long. Jake Zerna with the miss. He needs this one. Cats are down 1, 25 seconds left.
Deep breath, let your body relax, and trust your shot.
Zerna shooting in front of the friendly Northview student section. Missed both free throws, does Zerna. And away with the rebound is Landis for Rockford. And we got a timeout. Landis calls a timeout as he was double teamed. Couple big missed free throws right there by the Wildcats. And Rockford with the timeout. They have the basketball. Rockford with a 1-point lead with 21 seconds left. We will stay right here, not going anywhere, as Kyle, a little full court pressure most likely.
Yeah,
huh?
I think so, and I think they're with 21 seconds. They're not going to be able to be too picky about who they end up fouling. They're trying to get the turnover first, either get deny them the ball inbounds, see if they can't get a 10-second or a trap, and then if they don't get that, they got to foul and get them on the line so they can extend the game.
Well, after this thing's over, come on back to the Josh Heating and Cooling post-game show. We'll have a recap of this for you. Should Northview come away with the win, we will have some interviews, I'm sure. So we'll have a prolonged post-game show. If not, come on back anyways. If Northview should not end up winning this ball game, we'll close the season off and talk about their historic run here. Let's see if the Wildcats can somehow get a stop. Maybe some missed free throws. Rockford has the ball, sideline out. They get the ball in. Pokerzinski has it, being checked by Thomas. 17 seconds left. Pokerzinski almost loses control. Cam Ryans has got to come up and foul him. 14 seconds left. The senior, Caden Pokerzinski. He's got 11 points on the night. He hit his last free throw last time he was there. He is a good free throw shooter. Will be going to the free throw line, the senior. Still, even if he makes them both, it's a one-possession game. If he makes them both, the Cats will be down 3. Misses the free throw. That's Caden. Some big missed free throws by both teams.
Yeah, I don't have the stats in front of me for what the free throws are, but I think Northview is just 3 for 8 here in the fourth quarter from the free throw line.
Timeout, Coach Clough and Rockford. So Pokerzinski out of the timeout. Will have one more free throw left to try to put him up 2. But Rockford has a 1-point lead, 50-49. 14 seconds left, possibly in somebody's season here. Or who knows, we could play another 4 minutes. It's 4-minute overtimes in high school ball. But stay tuned, we're not going anywhere, and no one has left in this crowd yet. Standing room only. Check it out on Fox 17. I know I'm sure all the cameras crews are here. Just have a hard time seeing them all.
Yeah, so I expect Coach Chana here to get maybe E.J. Ryans going to the bucket here. Make or miss here from the Rockford free throw, and then Northview's going to crash the boards as he goes to the rim, I think.
Pokerzinski missed the first. They're coming out of their huddles right now. Northview up to the line. Jake Zerna in the ball game now as Parker Swartz, the senior, is hoping more than anybody for a win here, so he has not played his last game in high school. Pokerzinski to the line. Rockford's only got one person on the line. Northview with 4 on the free throw line. 14 seconds left. Pokerzinski got it. Camden Pokerzinski with 12. 2-point lead by Rockford. Northview with the ball. E.J. Ryans drives the basket. Shot is blocked by Pokerzinski. And E.J. has to foul him. Pokerzinski with the E.J. Ryans block as E.J. went baseline, got up high. Pokerzinski challenged him, blocked the shot, no call. And it comes down with the ball, does Pokerzinski. E.J.'s got a foul right away because there's only 6 seconds on the clock. They go 94 feet the other way. Coach Chana is going to use his last timeout, try to freeze the shooter. We need one free throw miss out of Rockford here to keep it a one-possession ball game and get a desperation somehow with no timeouts left. They won't have any time to draw anything up, so it's going to be if he knocks them both down, they won't be able to stop the clock, and so that's going to be it. We need at least a miss one miss from Pokerzinski, or Rockford on their home floor could come away with their first district title in 10 years. 2012, when they went to the state final game, was their last one.
And Northview did a great job in that last play, and in terms of execution, a kind of a little handoff on the wing. EJ took it strong to the rim, but Porzynski just excellent defensive play, blocked him right at the rim.
51-49, Rockford by 2, 6 seconds left. Rockford will be going to the free throw line. Pokerzinski, who was just there, split a pair just a little while ago. He will be shooting 2 as both teams are over the limit. Caden Pokerzinski, the senior, with 12 points on the night. Shooting in front of his own student section. Knocks it down. Caden Pokerzinski. 3-point lead. If he can seal it with this one right here. As far as we know, Northview does not have another timeout, so even if they make a basket, they will not be able to stop the clock. Got it. 4-point lead by Rockford. And that's going to seal it as E.J. Lyons past half court. 3 seconds left. Cam with the 3 ball. No good. And they rush the floor here at Rockford as the Rockford Rams win their first district title in 10 years. 53-49 over Northview. Congratulations to the Rams. They will move on to West Ottawa District. Play the winner of the Zeeland West Hudsonville game on Tuesday as the dejected Northview Wildcats getting in the line right now as they shake hands as they go by the teams at midcourt. Cam Ryan's beside himself right now, fighting back the tears. Charlie Deutsch come up telling him a good game. And that's just so tough in high school sports. You have a great year like this. Cam Ryan's he just can't bear it right now. And in a matter of seconds, it's season over.
And that's losses like this are so tough. And his reaction shows you how much he cares about his teammates and the game and everything like that. And just putting all his emotion right out there.
Coach Chan had the big hug for him right now as. He'll be back for some more of these, I know that, as the freshman, they'll be seeing plenty more of these as the Wildcats will have another good team next year. But tough way to end it here, as we're going to stay right here as we'll have the post-game activities for you as the Wildcat crowd kind of files out right now. But Northview still on the floor because they give the medals to the opposing team, and then the trophy to the Rockford Rams, who knock off Northview 53-49. Cats only scored 8 points in that fourth quarter. We're going to turn things over to the public address announcer right now so you can hear. They hand medals out to Rockford right now. And a sad inning. That's March Madness. Hopefully you can hear all these names. as they present the head coach Kyle Clough with the trophy. And Rockford is moving on. Third place team in the OK Red beats the top team in the OK White as they avenge the loss by Northview last year in the district final at Forest Hill Central. The student section now mobs the floor here at Rockford as they're going to be celebrating in Rockford. The corner bar going to have somebody's name's going to get on the wall here with some 12 hot dogs tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, your final thoughts on this ball game here, Kyle?
Yes, definitely an exciting game. I think Rockford just executed down the stretch a little bit better than Northview. Made their free throws when it really mattered. Northview missed a couple, a front end of 1-on-1 here and there, I think, and just comes down to those last minute executions, and Rockford prevailed.
Well, I appreciate your efforts and your sponsorship this year. Appreciate it, and hopefully we can do it again next year.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do it. Frames Unlimited loves to be a sponsor of the program, and I've enjoyed I think this is my fourth time doing it. I really appreciate you having me on with you. I enjoyed it a lot, and good to be around the game for sure.
All right, thank you, Kyle. Thank you so much, and you did a wonderful job with your first ever broadcasting gig, and you're a natural at it.
I appreciate it.
Let's go over the individual scoring in this ball game. Let's go for the Rockford Rams first, who go to 18-7. Michael DeKuyper with 6 points. Drake Irwin with 3. He hit a 3. Joey Pitch with 5. Charlie Deutsch with 6. Andrew Landis, 13 points, all of them in the first half. He did not score in the second half. Lucas Pitch with 4. And the high point man for Rockford hit the 2 big free throws to seal it at the end. Caden Pokerzinski with 14 points, as both Landis and Pokerzinski, playing with a little bit of foul trouble throughout this basketball game, persevered and did not foul out in the game. For the Northview Wildcats, as they go to 19-5 on the season, nothing to be ashamed of as they go back-to-back league championships in the OK White over Grand Rapids Christian both years, and come up a little short in this district title, fall a little short to set a school record with back-to-back league championships and back-to-back district championships. Couldn't quite get it done here at Rockford, but heads held high. I'd like to take this time to give a special mention to a couple of the seniors for Northview before I forget, and then we'll go over the individual scoring. Jake Zerna, Parker Swartz, Tyron Thomas, Terrell Jefferson, Max Haveman, David Snow, all playing their last game here for Northview. For the Wildcats, Parker Swartz had 12 points. Jake Zerna did not score in the ball game. E.J. Ryans with 7. Cam Ryans with 8. Brady Swartz, the sophomore, with 4. High point man for the Wildcats. High point man for the ball game, Tyron Thomas, goes out in style at the senior, 18 points, and he'll be taking his talents to Frostburg State in Maryland at a Division II school. And what a career he had here at Northview, Tyron Thomas. Wildcats fall a little short, 53-49. Northview led 15-11 after the first quarter. They led by 4. They trailed by 7 at half as they got outscored 18-7 in the second quarter. And then in the third quarter, Wildcats found themselves up to 41-39. And then they only score 8 points in that fourth quarter as they end up handling Rockford 14 points in the fourth quarter as they lose to Rockford 53-49 here in the district final in Rockford, Michigan. I'd like to thank AD Pat Marsman, Mike Frank for their help accommodating these broadcasts, and Assistant AD at Rockford, Nick Davis, for his help. And as we say goodbye to another strong, historic basketball season, I'd like to thank the team, Coach Chan and his staff for access to the team. Been great to work with AD Pat Marsman for allowing me to bring you these games, and our gracious sponsors for the financial support of Northview Athletics, as well as these broadcasts. I'd like to thank Mike Frank for his help getting the technology together this season so we can bring you these broadcasts. Hope to bring you live streaming video next year starting with football. I'll be reaching out for some sponsorships so we can do it again next year for fall season football. I'd like to thank all my guest color analysts, Rob Roloffs, Mike Kaputska, Kyle Zimdar, Ryan Rapolsky. Toughest part of a season always is that last loss of the season. Only one team from each division's happy at the end of the season. 4 teams in the state in total don't get that last loss of the season. For the seniors, it was a privilege to broadcast your games. Maybe more basketball. The finality is crushing. I'm sure there's a lot of tears being shed right now. We just witnessed them. Cats can hold their head up high. What a season. What a great 2 seasons for most of these players. Back-to-back conference championships for only the second time in school history. State rated for the past 2 years. Cats have won a lot of basketball games. The best 2-year stretch in school history. Obviously something to be proud of. Heads held high, Wildcats. For the seniors playing at the next level, Parker Swartz, Tyron Thomas, Terrell Jefferson, good luck in your collegiate careers. Other seniors that have played their last game in their careers, Jake Zerna, David Snow, Max Haveman, and 4-year manager here at Northview, Jordan Felker. Good luck in your long lives and Godspeed. Well, that's going to do it from here. From Rockford High School, this is Mike Diebold along with Kyle Zimdar. We wish you well, and until next year, the football season. One last time, I will say the final score here tonight was Rockford 53, Northview 49. So long, everybody. Stay safe and healthy. And as always, go Wildcats.